Hey.
Hey, Celine, welcome back to the States. Hey, Patricia.
Welcome back to the States, Patricia, to you as well. Hello, Alex. How are you? How's everyone doing? I know. A lot of nights this week. Hello, Anna, Laura, Cheryl, Jay. How's everyone doing? What's today? Thursday?
Yep.
Thursday. God, I don't even know the
Hey,
days.
Brian.
Hello, Brian. How are you? Um, so we decided to come on. Hello, Susan. David. How's everyone doing? So we decided to come on and Donna Marion, Lewis, Teresa, we decided to come on and kind of, because it's still fresh in our minds, do a kind of wrap up of the Creeper Gallery on Tuesday night, I believe. Hello,
Yep.
Donna, Karen, Christopher, and
Hey, Donna.
talk about the investigation of what was the first object again? Oh, the Bocce, what's it? The Fedo, whatever. What was that first one?
Bassa? Bassi?
Baccio
Baccio?
fetish
Baccio?
something statue,
Baccio?
and the hey Nicole and Patricia and the building, which very cool. So I do have some clips that I'm going to show you from the fawn fetish from the Mike investigation, and that's going to include going back to when John Zaffis was there. I clipped some stuff from that and kind of takes you through what John said, his first initial impressions, along with the EVP stuff we did, and along with what happened at the end. Um, for the kiddies out there, I need to warn you, I do say the S word often at the end. Probably every 10 seconds or so, I am saying holy S, only you're going to hear the real naughty word.
I go, oh, and yours is the S.
Well, you're going to hear it a lot. So if there's any
O's better, by the way.
kiddies out there who, or you got the kiddies around who you don't want to hear the S word, then no, it's not sugar. This one rhymes with spit.
It's spicy sugar.
This one rhymes with spit, but it's not that word. But yes, any kiddies around that you don't want to hear that word, get them out because you're going to hear a lot of it in a few minutes. Yeah, swear jar for sure. That's all me. When I get that excited, you know what? I can get that excited and limit. The S word is probably the only as far as I'll go, and I don't the F word and all those bombs don't fly out of me. The S word though, that's the one that'll come out most often when I get really excited during investigation. So we start with we'll start with the fetish doll first and work our way into. I know that I know the subject of the video is Mike, who is Mike. We're not going to take a lot of time on the fawn fetish.
Yeah, but what does it mean to be a fawn fetish? Why is it called that? I'm just curious of what that is.
But we'll take that for the first few minutes, and then we'll get into the Mike part of it. So yes, I didn't advertise anything wrong. We are going to spend more time on the Mike part than we are fawn fetish, but we did investigate that object, and from what I hear, a lot did happen. From what I hear
about you. Because you did.
I was waiting for the nodding.
I was reading.
But
here's
fawn is the name of the people.
Okay. But you didn't watch it. You didn't go back.
I had other things to do.
I know.
Busy man.
I know. But everybody that watched will all say the same thing. You became very affected by this object, very testy, and very not yourself.
I don't remember a lot of that, to be honest with you.
I mean, you were.
Did we get anything EVP wise or otherwise?
You need to watch it.
I'm asking you. You're sitting right here.
We got a direct response that got very heightened when you were under the SDs that you were replying. It was replying directly back to, and it was heightening and getting more aggressive, and it was all surrounding you.
So prior to that, do I not remember anything prior to that where the lights were going off and? I don't know. I don't remember.
We had activity with it. We had some. I think we got so focused on Mike after that it became. But yeah, I think it's dangerous too. But paranormally snippy is a really good way of saying that. You were very, very. Did you feel that? Because it was like a blink of an eye. That's your personality
I find that very hard to believe because I'm so sweet and
yeah,
patient.
all that sugar that you say.
And it sounds very unlike.
Oh, you were very, very testy and very abrupt and very.
You sure it's nothing you did?
You were snippy. No, no, it was nothing I did.
Okay, just checking. It could happen.
I wouldn't call it snippy, and I would call it butthead. You were being a butthead.
Fond fetishes are believed to have powers to protect the owner and his family from misfortune and evil spirits. They are often used on altars and anointed with sacrifices.
That's true too, Teresa. It seemed like he was very disoriented and very off. And you complained about your headache. The metallic taste was in your mouth.
Thank you, John McGinnis. Always by my side, my true friend. What I missed that. I missed the comment there. I heard something about me there. John was totally affected. Had it taken over. Yes, Chris, he was testy. And then he came back and I was relieved, but Chris would have dragged you out if needed.
I had to get I had to really put my foot down.
If I remember the right investigation, Chris wasn't the one that pulled him out of it. He didn't know. My wingman. Yeah, some wingman, McGinnis.
I had to, and you were fighting it. You didn't want to stop. You wanted to keep continuing with this fun fetish. You did not want to stop. You
wait. Okay, I remember. This is what I remember. Let me tell you what I remember. The only thing that I remember now is I remember that it said something about brother, father, family, and grandma.
Yep.
That I remember.
Yep.
That's it.
I remember that.
That I remember. And I remember trying to make the connection between whether or not the spirit was a family member or ancestor, that they may have tried to use that to force out, and he or she got angry and attached to it, and that energy. That I do remember. I don't remember anything.
We were talking about that. And
I don't remember anything from the stay on.
Well, you grabbed the sucker and you not only you held it, but you held it right up to it was practically touching your face. If you didn't touch your face, you didn't hold it out here. You held it up over here, and you were.
Hey, Kathy.
You were nasty.
Oh, I don't believe that's possible.
Well, I'm telling you how you were affected. All joking aside, there was a very clear change that came over you, very drastic. And there wasn't subtle. It was harsh right out of the gate. And it was as if anything I said or anything I did, immediately you had a response and a comeback.
So it was your fault.
Will you stop joking and listen to what I'm trying to tell you? This was really serious. You were very agitated and very irritated with anything that I said or did. It was like whatever was reacting through you just didn't even want to hear it, deal with it, whatever, and had affected you so strongly. And that's why when you were under the Estes thing, and I can't remember everything because I got so upset, the responses that were coming back were getting stronger and more aggressive, and it was towards you. And that's why I literally had to shut it down. I didn't do it. I came right over like, we're done. And you need to get out. And you kept fighting it. You wanted to do one more thing. I want to do this. I want to try that. You needed to be done with it. And and you didn't even want to lock it back up.
No, because I wasn't done.
Well,
I'm still not done. I'm still not done.
Well, we were done. We were done.
There was more
exactly, there. Heather, just like the Ouija board that time.
There was more there. There is more there. I know there is.
Well, and you got to be careful with that.
Next time I'll just go there myself and I'll do it if that's what.
You can't be by yourself because obviously you need someone to keep you in check with that.
Maybe tomorrow. Good night, Celine.
Good night, Celine.
But yeah, that one
Same here.
I don't remember.
Yeah, He was
Yeah.
confused, and that's why I followed him out. I wanted you guys to see what was happening going on. I wanted you guys to see that it was he still wasn't clicking back into himself. And no, he's not going alone to do it. He can do this, but he's not going there alone to do that. Not allowing it. Not at all. Especially to the fact that I'm the one that had to shut that down. I mean, I had to actually get aggressive with you about it.
Halloween night, me with the fetish.
It's not happening. Unless you're talking about something different. We're not talking.
Hey,
we're not
what
doing
are we
that.
talking about then? You heard her. I told you to put the kids to bed. You thought I was kidding.
He was not himself.
You thought
It
I was
so
kidding.
obvious, wasn't it? So obvious that it wasn't. It took a long time to get him back. He needed to go outside and just.
But it is really hard when they knock you for a loop, man, because it's so hard to get back into normal. It's almost like, here's the equivalent.
It's like a hangover.
No, it's not like a hangover. It's like taking, like, I'm real sensitive when it comes to like NyQuil or anything with codeine in it will knock me out in a second. And even like with Donna with her edible, like that, they affect me. And when I take stuff like that, it's so hard to explain. The only way I can explain it is it's like being asleep at the wheel. I know I'm, I know I'm there. I know I'm doing things, but my brain isn't on any one particular thing. I'm not like right now. I know we're live. I know we're talking. I know we're discussing all this stuff. I'm here. I'm present. My mind is with it. But when that happens, it's like my mind is just detached, and I'm just trying to get it all back together again, so I could be normal. And when it's not
Do you
happening,
want me to tell you what reminded me of?
and it takes longer.
Reminded me of like how Donna is with that cursed box. How Donna was so attached to that and like just kept speaking to it and just like and she still thinks of it and she's got that connection. That's what it seemed like was happening with
there's
you.
more there for sure, 100%.
Exactly.
You don't get a reaction like that and not there isn't more there. If you're alone or strong, well, again, that's why we do what we do. You know what I mean? So that.
But if you can't pull yourself out of it, you need to have a safety net there to do it. And I really felt that had to happen. You need to go back and you need to watch it. I know you're so busy with everything else, but you need to watch. And they could only watch from out there. But the tension and the what was happening in that room changed and it was escalating. And I don't know if you could feel it. I don't care if I don't know if you were even clicked into that, but it scared me at that point. That's why I said we're done.
Scared.
Well, I'm sorry, but they understand. They watched it. They saw it. You can mock and you can smirk.
I'm mocking because when have I ever done anything that would scare you?
Not that you would physically harm me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what was happening was intensifying and it was getting more aggressive with you. So what do you want to do? You want to go over the cliff? You want to go right through the whole thing and just keep letting it progress all the way to the end?
No, I want to see what else there is to know. I was close. I'm just saying. Interesting. Very interesting. That effect. But we came on here to talk about Mike, and we first heard about Mike from Donna when she first moved into that building. She said something like, I believe that there's a spirit here. I think there's a spirit in the building. And we were just like, okay, she's saying that because it's a new building. And, Madeline was in the old building. And so you definitely got to do it again. And,
I don't mind you doing it again, but he's going to have safeguards.
And then she went from saying that, it's a spirit and that the medium, Michelle, I think Michelle White, it might have been Michelle, or it might have been another medium. I don't remember what Donna said. I could be wrong. She said a medium told her that somebody was either hanged or they hang themselves or something to that effect. So that's really all we knew. And then, gradually over the course of the months, we would hear stuff about people saying they were touched and other things were happening and all this other stuff. So um, it wasn't until John Zaffis went in there that Memorial Day weekend that we first heard from someone other than Donna that there was a spirit there. And John had actually referenced two different things during that session. He referenced a clip that I'm going to show you, but then he also referenced someone who he said might have been killed in some ritualistic fire thing where 20 people were around. So I don't think it's one and the same. I think it's two different things. He said there were two. He picked up on one, that he said he picked up on another energy. So I'm going to show you the clip from when, and I got to do this, and I'm old and I'm nearsighted, so I'm going to do this from when John first walks in the building, and this is kind of his first impression, and I'll play it twice because it's only a 16-second clip. So turn your volume up because I think a lot of these clips were lower than I thought they would be. So turn your volume up if you got your phone or you got your TV or whatever you got us on. If you got headphones, probably better. But I'm going to play this twice. But this is John's initial impression walking in to the Red Room. He starts talking.
And it's bad and it's very creepy and it got killed in here.
It got killed in here. I told you.
Is that what he said?
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
And then
he said he was murdered.
I told you
for not doing what he was supposed to do.
The guy was hung right in that corner. And then he said he was murdered.
So I'm gonna play that again one more time because again I'm not sure how the volume was, but again John Zaffis's initial impression of being in that area of the Red Room where everything is.
And it's bad and it's very creepy and it got killed in here.
It got killed in here. I told you.
Is that what he said?
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
And then
he said he was murdered.
I told you
for not doing what he was supposed to do.
The guy was hung right in that corner.
So that was
Hey, Kathy.
that was kind of part of like, wow, this is a weird coincidence of, Donna's telling me this stuff. She said a medium said this, and now John Zaffis is saying, yeah, something happened here, someone was killed in here, and just kind of like piqued my interest. And we were like, well, this is kind of weird because it was like his initial impression of just walking in there. Boom. That's what he said. So we decided to do an Echovox session. John always has, he's got the Echovox on his phone. He's always got his little speaker with him wherever he goes. So we did an Echovox session. Now, here's the thing too, and we were just talking about this before we went live. The Echovox is tricky because it's almost like Spirit Box in that you can do a live Spirit Box session and you can miss a ton of stuff that came through that you just missed in that instant where your ears are trying to figure out. Whereas like what I do when I record it, I can rewind. Echovox is the same way. There's syllables and sounds and phonics coming through so fast that sometimes you miss the words that are in there in between all that junk. And I enjoy listening back to Echovox sessions because I catch stuff that I didn't live. And I think I'm going to, well, I'm not going to say it, but anyway, I'll show you the, I have to stop myself, people. I have to stop myself, people, because they're watching right now and they're like, wait, what did he say he's going to do? What did he say he's going to do? Hold on. What was that? So I'm not going to say it. But anyway, I'm going to show you the Echovox session with John Zaffis. And again, if we need to, we'll play it twice because initially I'm going to tell you right off the bat, the very first clip, the words that come out of the Echo Box is haunted. That's the very first thing it says, and it's quick. Hey,
Hi,
Rivka.
Rivka. Thank you, Naomi.
Is it that one?
Did you die in the building?
Haunted. Did you hear that? Haunted. Are you evil? Would you consider yourself evil?
Who is we?
Mike,
Mike.
Yeah,
did I not tell you the medium told me Mike is standing here looking at you?
that's the mic.
Mike is the house ghost.
The one that's-
The hang guy. She told me this. I said, go tell him to find out his name. She came back. She said his name is
Mike, where are you standing right now? Are you here?
No.
No.
Mike.
Mike again. Holy
That's
sugar.
what she-
So that time I say sugar. That's the kids can listen to this part. But I'm gonna play it again because I know it's 46 seconds. But hopefully you guys are hearing that. This is what triggers again the whole mic conversation, because the Echovox says it twice. Twice it says the name Mike. And that's when Donna reacts and says, that's what the medium said, the person who that is haunting this building, the name is Mike. So first somebody says haunting, and then it goes from there. So I'll play it again, turn up whatever you need to turn up, and I'll play it again.
Did you die in the building?
Haunted. Did you hear that? Haunted. Are you evil? Would you consider yourself evil?
Who is we?
Mike.
Mike,
Mike.
Yeah,
did I not tell you the medium told me Mike is standing here looking at you?
that's the mic.
Mike is the house ghost.
The one that's-
The hang guy. She told me this. I said, go tell him to find out his name. She came back. She said his name is
Mike, where are you standing right now? Are you here?
No.
No.
Mike.
Mike again. Holy
That's
sugar.
what she-
So that that's again, you start to stack stuff together. That's part of doing documenting and doing investigations and using different methods and different equipment and different techniques, is that what you're really trying to do is you're trying to stack up the validations and the documentation. You're not looking for one random
No.
cat ball to be twinkling every 2 seconds, thinking it's an answer from someone or something. If you can, the goal is have a piece of equipment react to electromagnetic energy in the room, to have static electricity, to map something on the SLS, to get a voice saying words, get things moving, to get stuff on Echovox or Spirit Box. You really want to stack as much stuff on top of each other to where even experienced people could look at that and go, wow, that's awfully coincidental. Awfully coincidental that a medium came in there and said, this person, something happened to them, and their name was Mike.
And we didn't
And-
know this.
No, and bam, Mike, twice. And again, to me, that was pretty impressive. The Echovox session, just again, that John sat down and did. So then we go to what you guys watched. We went in there, Chris and I, and we were
You're
talking.
Right, Donna, it does.
We were talking to Donna Marion prior to investigating, and she said, why don't you do an object and why don't you do the building?
Yep.
Talk to Mike.
Yep. See what you get.
And we were like, we knew the debate was coming and all that stuff. So we were like, all right. And here the fawn fetish thing was pretty good. So we're like, we thought it was kind of a throwaway, honestly. We were just
We
like,
did, but we were willing to give it a shot because we weren't too sure what was going to happen.
yeah, we were like, supposedly he's all over the building, so we'll just try everywhere. We'll put stuff down, and whatever we get, we get.
Because as many times we've been in there, I don't think he's ever tried anything with us.
Not with us. No.
So we were just like at this point, like, you know what? Okay, well we'll give it a shot.
So we were like, okay, we're just gonna do this, not take too long doing it, and then we'll be out of there in time to get in our car, put the debate on the phone, and drive home and listen to the debate. So we had zero expectations until we did this EVP session. And then all the bets. So now prior to this, there were things going off in the corner, you know, here and there.
He was dinging the bell. He
Yes.
was hitting the cat ball. You know, he was doing the little things here and there.
Little stuff here and there. And then we did this EVP session, and again, everything changed. And again, Donna and I were just talking about this
He did follow
literally
John.
a half hour before we went live. My daughter stopped by. I talked to Donna before my daughter came by. That's why I pushed it back to 8:30. And we talked about these EVPs and what did they mean. So I'll play you the EVP session. Again, turn up whatever you got. Phone, when Chris turns her phone up, I can hear it fine. Whatever you have, just turn it up. Like if you're here, you've been bothering people, maybe without meaning to, in this area and down by the counter. Are you just being playful? Or are you doing that to scare people? See the lights? Donna drew a picture of and then there was a bride right there that you could see. Does that offend you? How do you feel about that picture right there with the man hanging from a noose? Here comes that cold again. Did you hear what he said? How do you feel about that picture right there? I hate it. I'm going to play that one more time.
That was clear.
One more time. I'm going to let that run through again. He says, I said, are you just messing with them? Or are you trying to scare them? He says, scare them. And when we ask about that picture, and it's a sketch Donna did of Mike, he flat out says as clear as day that he hates it. So one more time. You missed it the first time. Like if you're here, you've been bothering people, maybe without meaning to, in this area and down by the counter. Are you just being playful? Or are you doing that to scare people? See the lights? Donna drew a picture of and then there was a bride right there that you could see. Does that offend you? How do you feel about that picture right there with the man hanging from a noose? Here comes that cold again. Did you hear what he said? How do you feel about that picture right there? I hate it. So it was very clear and it was very obvious. And Donna heard it. Donna knows what he said. And her and I talked about that. And she was like, how about what he said about that drawing? Now, whoever you are, now I've seen drawings of murder scenes. I've seen drawings of the Hawes Mills murders. I've seen pictures of the Hawes Mills murder, but I've seen sketches of the man and the woman side by side with the man shot in the head and the woman's throat cut and shot
bad.
multiple times.
Everything.
I've
bad.
seen the pictures of the Tilly Pierce, right? That's her name. Centenary University. I've seen pictures of what the crime scene and how her body was found, sketches of those. And I've gotten very strong reactions in the library where the display is when I even reference those pictures and those drawings. I don't think it would be the same for most people if, God forbid, I had been murdered or committed suicide or whatever, and there was a sketch of me displayed for all to see. Maybe I wouldn't be too happy about that either. Um, I think that's just being human. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean,
I wouldn't want to look at myself in death, or would I look like how I died?
or the way someone envisioned
Yeah.
your death
Yeah.
scene. So I totally understood. And again, I don't take that as being
It might just be saying I don't like seeing it. I don't like,
well, I
being
hate that
reminded
it's
of it.
there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I hate that it's like,
yeah.
it's I'm seeing what I
or
look
or it
like.
could mean something different. I don't know. I'm basing it on the words.
Yeah.
We're only assuming,
But it did
but
repeat
but
it.
but the words were the words. You don't use words like hate if you mean, well, I'm not real happy about it. You use words like hate when you really don't want something and you hate.
That was
see
that wasn't a hinted or mild. That was hate it.
So I was taken back and surprised by that because very clear and concise about how he felt. And I've seen that picture many, many times there. And I don't even know what made me. Again, it was one of those things. We're working with the room and the area around us. And I looked over and I'm staring at that picture. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use the picture as a trigger to see if he responds.
That would be a trigger. A great
boy,
trigger.
Oh boy, did he ever.
I mean, why that would bring strong emotions.
Yeah. So it was, I thought about doing it and I wanted to see what his reaction was, and nothing less than spectacular because he hates that picture.
So you didn't realize it, but they all did when they were watching. When you walked and as you passed and you were out of vicinity, the cat balls went off like he was following you. And when you turned around, you went the other way, it did the same thing. And I showed everybody so they could see that when you walked by, all of the cat balls didn't. He just hit certain ones that he would set off going towards where you were going. He literally was following you.
Well, I'm going to play the last part in a minute. And this is a 2-minute clip. And there's a reason for that. Because I want you and I didn't listen. Donna asked me, and people were watching and they're like saying, are you listening to what Chris is saying? And I'm sorry. If things are flying around the room and flashlights are turning on and off and lights are flickering,
You don't listen to me.
I
anyways.
ain't listening to nothing.
You don't listen
I
to me
am
anyways.
enjoying the show. And when it was so
I could
strange
set him on fire.
because when you watch the video initially, I didn't even realize the light went off in the first place, that it was on initially, that she turned it on and put it on the counter. I didn't notice that. I only noticed it, again, watching the video, I see it. I see it on, and then I see it go off, but I didn't notice it when it happened. It was only when I was filming, it was so dark that light popped on.
And that's when you realize.
And then I'm like, did anybody else see that? I was hoping that they saw it. And then you see it sucking the energy little by little by little and all the way
those
off.
are push button flashlights. Anyone that's done events. So real quick for you, go to the video. And Karen, that's a good point because I purposely showed you coming and going and I showed me coming and going and they didn't light after me at all. They only lit with you. So just another form of validation.
That was another thing that somebody said they heard the word pathetic. Yeah. But let me explain to you.
Play that back.
In the old days, and I know some people still use it, and if they do, I'm sorry to tell you, it's a total BS method. If anybody were to use the flashlight method, and I'm not saying we did back in the day, way back in the day, people would take mag lights. And if you don't know what a mag light is, a mag light is about that big. They make them smaller, but the top turns to turn it on and off. You have to twist it to turn it on and off. There are no buttons. It's twist. Now, what people used to do in the early, back even when we started, a lot of people would twist it and turn it to where it barely turned on, and then give it a little tiny twist back so that if you tapped it with your finger, the light would come on. And if you tapped it with your finger again, the light would go off. Problem is, after leaving the lights on for a very, very long time, they would heat up and they would contract
Yeah,
and
cause
expand,
it to
and it would
connect.
just cause false positives, and the light would just keep coming on and off for no reason. And people assumed it was spirit, and it wasn't. This has been debunked by a million people. So this was not a mag light. This was, I'll get one for you right now
So
to show
quicker.
you.
You press the back of it to the end and it goes on and off, but you got to press down on it hard. And each one of you, I got one right over here.
Huh?
There's one right over here in the bag. But anyways, you get, everybody knows that that comes to the events. Those little lights. We use the same ones when we're doing the investigation. There's a whole bag over here, sir. There's even.
Here's an idea.
Well, I didn't want to leave the.
There's one right over here, but I'm all the way over there. Where?
Right in that bag. You want me to get it? There you go.
No, please. I think this is the fun fetish affecting me again, because
No, that's just you.
it's
This is
starting
your
to get to
natural
me.
habitat. This is you normally.
So here we go. Plastic, cheap, dollar store flashlight. That's how it turns on. There's your button right there. Now it takes a press. Hear that press? That's a press.
But it was never shut off.
So it's laying there like this the whole time on. Now, the only way to shut that off, now look how hard I have to press this. That's it. It's push in, push out.
And it's on or off.
Push in, push out to turn on. And once it's on, it's on. So that's what I wanted to show you, the difference between a mag light like they used to use and what was sitting on that counter. Was this light, a light just like this, push button, turned on like that the whole entire time. Now, if it was, the batteries were going dead, it would just fade, and turn off. It wouldn't fade off and then come back on super bright. It would kind of flicker and just be kind of like dying. The battery would be going. What Mike or whoever else was doing was taking all the energy from the light and then releasing and putting energy back to the light to make it not just flicker, boom. It would come on super bright, and then you would see it slowly suck the energy back. It was like in and out. And I'm seeing this and with my own eyes, and I'm saying to myself, holy crap, because we change batteries on everything all the time. So it wasn't the batteries. And that light, again, if you continue watching the video, even when I stop the Estee session, that light's still on, bright. She takes it, moves it, and turns it off.
Yeah.
But crazy. I loved every minute of it, and I didn't hear the pathetic part. You know who else told me that?
Said it. A lot of
Kathy
people
told me
said
that
it.
too. Kathy said that as well.
A lot of people on here said that they heard.
Yeah, she told me the timestamp. I got to look it up. But I'm literally watching this happen and not believing what I'm seeing. I mean, so again, if you got kiddies in the room and you don't want them to hear the S word about 1,000 times, tell them to go watch something on their phone.
I want to see if
or their
he
tablet.
hears, besides paying attention to the flashlight.
I'm not going to pay attention to flashlight.
What was going on in the background when I went back and I saw when John was saying you got to see this because of what was happening in front of you? There, I don't know if you guys can see in the dark, but I got
Weird.
I got ice cold, and like I shivered, like something like cold came over, and then it was saying a few things here and there, but I don't think you guys can hear me.
So I actually have the captions about flashlight off with the arrow pointing at the flashlight. Flashlight turns on, arrow pointing to the flashlight. So there's captions throughout. We're gonna play this, and then I'll play it again in case you want to see it again.
No,
But,
Mike's not with us.
Yeah,
He's he's at the
I heard
shop.
that. I just heard like 3 knocks. But this was, again, Donna loved this part. We were just talking about this on the phone, and by far, this is one I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember this one, and I'm going to remember those footsteps above me when I was there by myself.
Oh, in that other place. That's
And
right,
I'm
in the
going to
basement.
remember the jacket, the morning cape,
Well, I'm gonna remember the Ouija board,
and the box, curse box.
and I'm gonna remember the curse box, and I'm gonna remember this phone fetish, because when you get near those things, there's a whole different personality.
But
comes
this
out.
is definitely one I'm going to look back and go, yeah, I remember that one. So here we go. For your viewing pleasure again, put the kids to bed, get them in the other room, because the S word is going to be flying.
That lands where it lands.
Hold on to that.
Ah,
All right, Mike. So I have a female, Chris, sitting in that chair where you normally grab Donna around the hips and other people. I'm hoping that you'll talk to us. Yeah, I see the lights going on. Wow, that flashlight just went on by itself. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that flashlight go on? So I want you to talk through her. Look, it's going off. Holy shit, did anybody see that? Did you guys F it? Look, it's going on again. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
don't like it.
Holy shit, that light just went off and on twice. Oh my God. Mike, you are crazy good. Could you talk to me before we stop tonight? Because we have to go soon. Tell me anything you can about you,
Wise.
because we want to know what your name is. We want to know who you are. We want to know why you're here. Oh, there it goes again. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Are you kidding me?
It's cold.
Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my goodness.
It's time to leave.
Holy shit.
It's time to leave.
So, yes. I apologize for the you had never heard John curse before.
Oh, you haven't been on here enough, Naomi.
Oh. And when I get excited, the S word flies, man. And especially in that circumstance.
He was getting all hyped up here watching it.
I was, because I missed the first, I didn't see it turn off initially. And then I'm watching it going, that was initially on. And it turned, I didn't even know. Again, looking back, I didn't know.
Because you were listening, you were paying attention to what.
You want to count the holy shit? So I'm going to play it again. We'll keep track. I'm going to guess somewhere in the neighborhood of 19. 19. Holy shit.
Now, having said that, Jay,
Anybody else have a guess before we go through this again? 8?
8.
No, there's way more than that. But up 20.
20.
Okay, Tamara. Go ahead. You can say what you were saying.
So, and Jay's on here. That's the same area that Donna got touched and Jay's gotten touched.
Good point. Very good point. 15. Very good point, because it literally has been happening more often. 11. We'll see who gets the closest. I said 19. 15. Okay.
I say closer to 10.
All right. Strap in. Let's see. You think 10?
Yeah.
No, there was only 6 in a row, and then 9. Patricia said 9. All right, so here we go again. Again, keep an eye in the beginning. Listen to what Chris is saying too, and
Not enough.
try to keep track of that too, because she is saying things that correspond with what is happening as the light. And again, keep in mind that as we're watching it, I'm even saying to Chris, it went from zero energy off to a little tiny to just all of a sudden. It wasn't gradual. It
Do you
boom,
know what kind of energy?
boom.
What's got the kind of power
Yeah,
that it has to be able to do that?
that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so impressive. So you have your guesses. The
I
numbers
said
are
10.
in. Let's count the holy S's. Hold on to that.
Ah,
All right, Mike. So I have a female, Chris, sitting in that chair where you normally grab Donna around the hips and other people. I'm hoping that you'll talk to us. Yeah, I see the lights going on. Wow, the flashlight just went on by itself. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that flashlight go on? So I want you to talk through her. Look, it's going off. Holy shit, did anybody see that? Did you guys F it? Look, it's going on again. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
I like it.
Holy shit, that light just went off and on twice. Oh my God. Mike, you are crazy good. Could you talk to me before we stop tonight? Because we have to go soon. Tell me anything you can about you.
Wise.
Because we want to know what your name is. We want to know who you are. We want to know why you're here. Oh, there it goes again. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Are you kidding me?
It's cold, cold, cold.
Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my goodness.
It's time to leave.
Holy shit. All right. It was 8.
Time to leave.
Nine.
9.
Not bad. Not bad. I think someone did say 9.
Yep. A
Actually,
few people said 9.
I was way off. It was 9. I had my run. It was a run on.
He
on two
also
different
dropped
times.
the F-bomb twice. I don't know if anybody caught that in the beginning there, in between the
No,
holy.
there was no F.
No,
I said
he
F.
did.
I said the letter F. I didn't say the word F.
I'm gonna go
I
back
said
and listen.
effing. I didn't say yeah. 2 freakins. Thank
There you
you.
go.
There were no F's.
But I think you did.
I know
I think
better
she's
than
not
that.
spelling it out. I think he did.
9 holy S's.
What should we
8
win?
turtle doves. 3 French hens.
You win that you are correct.
That might have been the most holy S's I've said at any given time and any given investigation
No, a male
in a
voice.
very long time.
A
No
male
F-bombs. That's right.
a male voice came through that said it was time to leave. That's what I
Only
heard.
the letter, not the word. Yeah.
Yeah. But he did that. You were. I got to go back and listen because I think there was one time in that very beginning.
But
he
does
did
anybody remember, besides the holy, I know we're all counting holy S's, but does anybody remember the words that Chris was saying? I know she said she was cold. I know she said why to a question, but I don't.
Wise.
Wise? Oh,
Wise.
okay, wise.
Wise.
And I don't remember any of the other words, but they were. Did you say you were cold too? Or
Yeah,
no?
it was. Oh my God! It was like
Wise.
brutally cold.
I think you said cold a few times. Time to leave. Yes.
It said at the end, time
Time
to
to
leave.
leave.
Like it was done.
Yes.
It was done.
I thought she said wise. Yeah.
And when we were wrapping everything up, and John hadn't shut up the thing, it actually called her stupid.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. But I was too focused on the holy S's. Yes. I completely understand. And the funny thing is, when I get excited, my voice goes up.
Oh yeah.
Goes up a what's it?
Octave,
Whatever octave, and you could tell that I'm literally like enjoying myself
You're so
every
excited.
minute of it, and I'm like a kid in a candy store because I can, and I felt bad for you because I wanted you so bad to see it. I was almost gonna like take the thing off. Look what's going on here.
Oh, you wanted me
Because
to
you're
be.
just going
But
talking,
I think it
and
was
I'm
happening
like,
because I was in the thing. But don't you think
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
that's the same spot, and Jay was on here, and Jay didn't say anything when I said, but that's the same spot where Donna and Jay have experienced the things that have happened
Yeah,
to
that's
them.
the counter. That's the sales counter. That's
So
where you first
that
walk
in
into the
itself
door.
is remarkable. I mean, and when I say it was cold, I mean like somebody had like literally put like an air conditioning or like in a fridge right around me. Just zoom.
Well, she was the one who said because she had been. Donna said in all the years I've been there, no one's ever grabbed me around the hips.
No.
She said Mike literally grabbed her around the hips, and she said something to him.
That's the
like,
first thing
all right.
she doesn't get surprised or get startled by it, but that
Yeah.
that right there got her good. That
And
freaked
she
her out.
said that's when she said to us, "You should investigate Mike because for
Yeah.
the first time ever, I was grabbed."
I
And
wonder. Go ahead.
I was like, and then boy, oh boy, he really wanted to make his presence known. Bravo! I mean, bravo!
But I wonder if
Got touched on the leg.
yeah, but
Struck
and then
my head at the top of the steps.
I wonder if by like when we went in there and we did the Echo Box and talking to Mike, the interaction, I wonder if that makes it stronger, brings him in more. Maybe it's given him the ability to ramp up a bit more.
I think you may be right. I mean, yeah, I think too that maybe
We're paying attention,
yeah, I think he's been wanting attention, and he's getting
and I think
more.
that's what he's been doing.
He's getting more aggressive
Yeah.
towards trying to get that attention.
We do not, Nikki.
And I'm thinking that maybe because we just gave him a big old platform and actually spoke to him and acknowledged him as a person and being there along with Donna and Jay and everyone else, that either he's going to go the other way and do more stuff like Madeline used to do, like knock stuff off the walls. I hope he does it. Or he's going to be like, okay, cool. They know I'm here.
You may be right, Kathy.
You know what I mean?
But they're not the only ones that have claimed it. There are people that have gone back to the Red Room and said that they've been touched back there or grabbed.
That's recently, right? I mean,
yeah, it's been escalating.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm thinking that maybe the attention that we're giving and talking about it is actually, like you said, he's getting that, and you know, Kathy says equal opportunity.
That's what I'm like. Hey. We go from sweet little Madeline to who was
dinner.
We were going from sweet little Madeline, who was we could hear her voice and she had her toys underneath the table, to the groper Mike. I mean, but I think that Mike has an axe to grind, and
and maybe being heard.
The picture maybe a little bit
maybe something that pushes his buttons.
Maybe a little bit of a
instigation
for him to be like, not only are you in this space and have all these other spirits here, and you brought in something that is designed to get rid of that. Again, good point made by Donna and others. That fond fetish is something used to cleanse an area, to get rid of spirits.
But that jacket that's in there too, not the jacket,
but that fond fetish specifically, that's its purpose. And he may have seen that like, oh, you're bringing this in here?
Isn't that Hunter's, what do they call it?
She said what it was called.
I forget now because my brain, because on what I read before was the jacket and it sticks with me, but what it was called, it wasn't, doesn't that have the things in it that
the pouches
for good, and it keeps away the bad? Isn't that the whole point of that too? So maybe it's like a double. You brought that in and I was kind of okay, but then you brought this in. And now it's like maybe you're trying to get rid of me.
I just missed Jace. Jay says, my one observation is that after you guys do an investigation, if I'm first to unlock the door, it kind of pushes opens by itself. Wow. You're welcome, Jay. You're welcome.
Yeah, the Baza.
Mike is thrilled that he got 9 holy shits out of it. That is a record for any spirits, by the way. I think Mike has the record.
Did you notice that John was back into his old self?
Yes, holy shit is definitely.
When we finally got him like locked out of the fond fetish, he was back in full form. He was back to himself. He was back to, everybody here could see the total change in you. and it was drastic.
So yes, I suggest visiting the new building again. We all liked it. We all love the old building.
Go visit Mike.
No doubt about it. We did love the old building. The old building had, you know what I mean. It was the original.
Yeah.
It was unique, and this one is definitely carving out its own path for sure,
Oh yeah.
and in a very much a stranger way, which is not a bad thing. I mean, that's a good thing to have the old building, which was the old energy that was what it was, Madeline, and now you've got the new place with holy shit, Mikey, and
We got 2 live voices too in that room.
yeah, we heard them. I have them actually. I was listening to it on the
No.
playback. I said, "Did you hear that?" And I actually caught it on.
What did it sound
I
like?
don't remember what it said, but I have it. Well, how about you go
No,
through
no,
the
no.
video?
I'm just like,
Give
well, I
me-
would have
what
liked
was
to
that
know.
about?
I was like, oh,
Well,
you got
okay, I'll
it.
send it to you. You go
But
and watch
again,
it.
it's unique that you even got something, because sometimes when we hear things live, we don't catch it on the recorder. I'm excited the fact that you caught it on recorder. I want to hear what it says, if we can hear
You're
what it
welcome
says.
to watch the file.
And I will. Thank you very much.
Oh,
You won't even
holy
watch
shit
that
to
part.
that too, because that ain't gonna
Holy
happen.
Batman.
But anyway, yeah, definitely check out the new Creeper Gallery. The new it's been open for a few months now. Check it out if you can. If you've been there, go back again. There's always new stuff there. Jay's awesome. Donna is amazing. Her artwork alone is the reason to go into that building, because you're not even going to see that stuff anywhere else, really. But the haunted objects, and now Mike being a headliner. I mean, wow, unique for sure. And I'm glad that we did that. I'm glad she mentioned it, because we probably would have just done another object and
Yeah.
and been on our way. But to see those flashlight do what it did, knowing that again, it's not a mag light. Look up a mag light. You'll see what a mag light's a twist. It's so easy to manipulate. That's why people were using them back in the day for spirit communication, because in theory a spirit could tap it and turn it on and turn it off. Push button light doesn't work that way. There's no way that energy should drain the way it did and then come on the way it did. It was just something to see. It really was. But be there before Halloween. I'm sure Mike will be there before Halloween.
John's not only
and
the
after.
paranormal savior to the holy shit.
So funny that you had to read it. Again, Luann, we found something else out today about South Jersey and how strange they are. Not only do we see that there are Hoagies in South Jersey, but there are heroes in New York. No subs in New York either, and where we were anyway.
Mini Mags, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. We're grateful to have the guy who pumps gas,
Let's be
and
the
we're grateful to have subs. That's what we love about Jersey. But anyway, thanks for watching this tonight. I know it was kind of spur of the moment. I was going through and I saw the John Zaffis stuff, and I'm like, at first I was just going to show the EVPs and the flashlight thing, but then when I went back and watched the John Zaffis stuff, I'm like, I need to put that in there. That's definitely a part of the whole story, along with what Donna told us. I mean, it's just wow. And again, it's just a story until you're able to validate some of this stuff. It really is. That's why a lot of those medium impressions that we kind of look at, we read it, and then we see what we get that matches that, or if anything does.
And here's the thing: we don't put a lot of store or accept a lot of things that are told to us until we do an investigation and we find out. Because you shouldn't just take just because somebody says. You should do your due diligence. You should do your research. You should put all the pieces together of all of it until you get the whole to see what the picture is. And that's what's really great about what we do. Because we didn't really, we were being very honest, we didn't really buy into the whole Mike thing. And then, wow, did he come out with a bang.
So Saturday night, we're going to be back at Centenary University with 3 haunted objects from the Creeper Gallery. That's the 14th. We probably won't be back on here until probably Monday because recovering from the Saturday is kind of rough, especially from Centenary because it's so far and we don't get home till 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Monday we will start the cable access shows starting from episode 1. We'll do the commentary. We'll break everything down. We'll tell you behind the scenes how the episode came to be, all about the filming, what our first show was like, how the set came to be what it is, and all of that fun
Oh, I
stuff,
kept keeping us
and
off
all the
time.
evidence. So, for those of you who will see Saturday, we'll see you then. Hopefully, you have a good time. Everyone else, we'll see Monday. Have a great weekend,
Enjoy
everyone.
that.
We'll
Enjoy that
see you
birthday
soon.
dinner.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And please remember, it's really important, especially during these times right now. Be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody, and holy shit.